South Africa taking on Netherlands in the Tuesday game at the ICC Cricket World Cup. Dav Whatmore, WION's cricket expert, 1996 World Cup winning coach, here with me. Dav, this is the bit where I always say you earn your bread and butter. Let's look at Dav Whatmore's 5 key battles. We've been getting lots of comments, fans writing into us and saying they like this segment. This is where Dav tells us where he thinks the match would be won. Let's take the first key battle of the South Africa-Netherlands game. Remember, this game comes to you and to us from Dharamsala. Okay, you have Quinton de Kock against Aryan Dutt from the Netherlands. Quinton de Kock, in fact, back-to-back hundreds, and one of the reasons they've scored over 700. This boy's been bowling well in the power play. He
has, Dickie. Of all my battles for South African batsmen, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, 2, 3 and 4. Because I just feel that against this opposition, the top 4 are the ones that are going to bat the longest. So Quinton de Kock, superbly in form at the moment. And this young guy who's done a pretty decent job in the past for lefties, I reckon will be asked to do another job, and that's a very tough one for him tomorrow, particularly in Dharamsala. But I reckon he'll be throwing the ball. Go for it, son. See if we can get de Kock out. So
what's de Kock doing so well?
He only gets anything in his area, he's very good. And there's not much of a difficult area for him, because anything off the stumps he can hit nicely. Anything too straight,
got a bat.
Yeah.
Should have got a bat.
Anything too straight, he'll deposit you on the leg side. He drives straight as well, and he's pretty good.
He's good at reverse also.
Huge wrist, very strong wrist, so he can sweep and reverse sweep. So he's got his range of scoring is quite large. But this guy, I feel a little bit sorry for him tomorrow, but I'm sure he's going to be throwing the ball.
He's got a good heart. He's got a big heart.
Yes.
He's got a big heart. To bowl in that power play first up, done it well.
He'll take the challenge.
He's taken the challenge. Okay, let's look at the next one. Who's going to be up for the challenge next? You've got Rassie van der Dussen against Paul van Meekeren. And Rassie got a big 100 in that first game. And he was middling it pretty well as well. The beauty about this South African attack batting is that they're all middling it beautifully.
Paul van Meekeren, I think, will be bowling to Rassie van der Dussen, and I'm not sure about Logan van Beek, because he's a very good player too, but he had
injury issues there.
Yeah, he had an injury issue. We're not sure whether he'll be right or not, because they had a fairly lengthy few days between games. So let's look at Paul van Meekeren, who he's got a lot of heart as well. He gets hit the odd ball. Bowls are not a 4 ball every now and again, but picks up a wicket too. So
but that's also something about the Dutch. They play with a lot of heart. They know they're not here, they're not going to win. Perhaps when they see what Afghanistan have done, that perhaps is going to inspire them.
Yeah.
But we have seen a lot of heart from them. They're not going to set the World Cup on fire, but there have been passages of play where they've got, say, a New Zealand or a Pakistan feeling a bit...
Well, you can see how they've managed to qualify for this tournament. You know, they do pretty good work, hard work, and they try and do it over a longer period of time, and that generally is enough to to win the game, to get here. But now you're playing against some real good opposition.
You're playing the big boys.
The big boys, and Van Meekeren, tries hard. This kid, really hard. So I think he'll be bowling to Van der Dussen, who If he gets a start, I'm sure he can bat long as well. So this little battle I'll be looking forward to also.
Okay, the next one I know for sure has Markram. And he's someone who doesn't need to bat long. He gets 100 or 50, 60 balls. He's just timing it beautifully, isn't he? And you've got him against, it's a South African battle. Roloff van der Merwe played international cricket for South Africa.
Yeah, before Markram. And Markram, yes, he had that fastest 100 in Delhi. That happens every now and then. Hardly happens again, right? The game he played after that, he took a little bit of time also and got out. But I think this little battle, whoever Roloff bowls to, I can feel a real charge in him, because every ball he bowls, it comes with energy, and that's what I love about him. And certainly, the left arms finger spinner will be definitely bowling to the right-handers, and he's going to bat up if they get some early wickets, and that will be another battle royal.
Okay, let's go to number 4, and this is where the South African bowlers are going to come up. And we've got Jansen against Vikramjit Singh. Now, I think this is an opportunity for Vikramjit to get runs, because Jansen is getting wickets, but he's also going for runs.
Yeah, look, this guy, I think at the end of the tournament has an opportunity to return back to the Netherlands, you know, feeling really good about himself, having got some runs. So he'll be trying really hard to, you know, at least to bat for half the innings. If he bats for half the innings, he's going to get a 50. No question.
But you do think that the problem with him is he needs to knock it around a bit faster. Just keep adding those ones, keep adding the twos.
When it's a bit straighter, he needs to be able to work it a bit. He's very good on the offside, and he's tall guy that hits down the ground nicely, and he times it through square on the offside as well. But as soon as it's a little bit straighter, he seems a little restricted. If he can just work it a little bit better, because there's less protection on the leg side, and he'll be, you know, a much better player.
But for Jansen, you think it's not a big problem for them that he's going for big runs?
Well, they would obviously like, you know, to be a little bit more.
But he's also very young.
Yeah, he is.
I think he played 15 matches before this World Cup.
You know, you see him run up from behind, he's just like loping a little bit, and then whoosh, the ball comes out really nicely, and he's got a vicious in-swinger for the right-hander. And the other way too. He takes it away to the right hand. So this Vikramjit has to be a little careful, because that can come into you, and you don't want to get hit on the pads. He's got to really watch it like a hawk and track that ball.
Especially track it better than Hawkeye at the moment. A bit of fun is okay.
So that's a good battle. That's a good battle.
Good battle. The next one is, I would have feared for Leede, especially with Kagiso Rabada really sort of cranking it up. But if there's one batter in that lineup who can handle Rabada's pace, I think Leede has shown us he's a class act.
Yeah, with the 3 good fast bowlers, there will always be somebody on hand for the captain to throw the ball to. Come on, get him out, you know. And this guy would definitely be bowled in shorter spells, and he may be just the one to handle Leede, who is one of their better players in the team, and one I'm sure they'll be discussing. So Rabada, as we all know, brilliant bowler, and you know,
and again, may not have got the big wickets in that flat track in Delhi, but against Australia, when against a big team, a team the South Africans love to beat, he delivered the goods.
Particularly when it's a little helpful, you know.
And Dharamsala, the ball will do something. Up there in the mountains.
Yeah, it's an afternoon game though, isn't it? You know, for the previous 2 games were day games.
Day games, yeah.
So this is like a 2 o'clock start. So you know, maybe bowling second might be good over there. I don't know. But
Under lights is doing something. We saw Madhu Shankar get some swing as well.
In Lucknow.
In Lucknow, yes.
This one's a little bit further north, and
it's
very cold too.
Yeah, the weather's changing.
Yeah.
The weather's changing. Okay, just before I wrap this, what do the Dutch need to do to sort of upset the apple cart? And also there's a history there. The Dutch and South Africa.
Yeah, they beat them, didn't they?
History,
Look, the Dutch just need to not fold. I just need to fight for every inch of the way to resist anything that the South Africans throw at them. They have to resist. I think if you're going to fight fire with fire, I think there's only one winner there. So just make it tough for them to, you know, make inroads, and then a little bit later, go for it, because there'll be a time when, if that's happening, then confidence will also grow, you know, and the longer you stay at the crease, the more loose balls you will get.
Okay, probably if I was coach, and I'm not a coach, the great coach is here with me, I would be showing them highlights of the England-Afghanistan game. You never know. This is a funny game.